Good evening. Welcome to Business 360. These are the headlines we're tracking for you this evening. Brutal cuts on the Lal Street as rising fears of another possible COVID wave spark an intense sell-off across sectors. Indications of more rate hikes by global central banks adding to the pressure. The Sensex drops over 900 points. The Nifty falls nearly 2%, slipping below 17,850. BSE companies have now erased market cap gains of the entire quarter in the last 3 days. The government steps up its vigilance over the spread of COVID-19, instructs hospitals to conduct mock COVID preparedness drills and pushes for random testing of international arrivals, adding that it's closely monitoring the rise in cases in China, but reiterates there's no reason to panic. Active COVID cases in India fall for the fourth day in a row to 3,380. Recent Supreme Court and NCLT judgments seek to give primacy to government dues over bank dues from companies undergoing insolvency proceedings. The former Bankruptcy Board Chairman M.S. Sahu and leading lawyer Behram Vakil say this can damage the bankruptcy process and raise the cost of credit for companies. India's armed forces are set to get an 84,000 crore rupee modernization boost. The Defence Acquisition Council approves 24 acquisition proposals that range from futuristic infantry combat vehicles and light tanks to naval anti-ship missiles and a new range of surveillance and missile systems. Over 97% of these orders will be made in India. After days of heated exchanges over the border clashes between India and China and repeated adjournments, the winter session of Parliament wraps up 6 days ahead of schedule. The government says the decision was taken after discussion with all political parties. Only 2 bills were passed by both houses over 13 sittings. 16 Indian Army personnel are killed after an army truck skidded down a steep slope in North Sikkim. 4 injured soldiers have been air evacuated. Russian President Vladimir Putin says his goal is to end the war with Ukraine as that all armed conflicts end through negotiations and that it is Ukraine that's refusing to talk. The White House hits back, says Putin has shown absolutely zero indication that he's willing to negotiate an end to the war. The committee probing the riots on U.S. Capitol Hill on the 6th of January 2021 releases its final report, declares that the central cause of the attack was one man, that's Donald Trump. Also recommends barring the former president from holding office again. Facebook moves to put the Cambridge Analytica case behind it. Owner Meta agrees to pay a whopping $725 million to settle the class action lawsuit, but Meta does not admit to any wrongdoing in the matter, says the settlement is in the best interest of its shareholders. Former FTX boss Sam Bankman-Fried is released on bail after he posts a personal bond for $250 million. He will be kept under house arrest at his parents' home in Palo Alto as he awaits trial for 8 federal criminal charges. Well, let's start with the